Color panels allow you as an editor to color grade your video. I mentioned in the editing section that you can either do your color grading whilst you're in the editing tab. But in case you want to do your color grading in the color panel, all that you need to do is for you to go to Windows, Workspace, and then you can switch your interface to color. So we are going to switch our interface to color, and then you should be able to see your Lumetric scope on, and then also your Lumetric color on. This is two major parts of the tools that you need for color grading when it comes to Adobe Premiere Pro. In my external color grading course, I showed you how you can go and do your color grading in another editing software called DaVinci Resolve and bring it back to Adobe Premiere Pro. But for the purpose of this lesson, we are going to do or take you through the panel that has to do with colors and how you can navigate and do your color corrections in Adobe Premiere Pro. So Lumetric Color allow you to see the color combination of your video. So the RGB of your video, which has to do with red, green, and blue. So this is the major RGB color combination for your video. So you can see here in our curves, you have the red, you have the green, and then we have the blue, which is RGB. So with color grading, you have these various sections that has to do with basic correction, creative, curves, color wheels and matches, HSL secondaries, and a whole lot of them. So we believe that we remember our color, primary and secondary color that we were taught whilst you were in school. So this where you have to apply it as part of your basic color correction. So you have to make sure that you balance your color, and you can do that when you switch on to the color panel. And into details of our project, which is color correction, I will take you through how you can do basic color corrections with Adobe Premiere Pro. But for the purpose of this section of the training, I'm showing you the panel that you can use it to color grade your video. And it has all these features for you to change saturation, to change highlights, to change contrast. You can even import a preset or a LUT of color correction. Someone has done it and you want to use it on your project, you can do that. If you have seen a video and the color correction is good and you like it, you can do a color match, which is this section. You can match that color to yours, you can compare it and match it to yours, and then you should be able to use that same color correction the person used. So the Lumetric color allow you to do a grading on your video. As someone editing documentary, you can add just few colors to your video, and then the colors you add to your video determine how you tell your story. So you should be careful the color you use. I believe some of us we watch movie, and based on the color we detect that this is night, this is day, this is daytime, the sun is up at this time because of the colors they use in their videos. So we should go into details and know how we can do better color correction, and that's going to be an advanced personal training for you as an editor to go into details and learn what others share about color grading and color correction. So Lumetric color helps you to do that. The Lumetric scope gives you the balance. So we have this selected in case I want to change some few things that has to do with the temperature. You can see at the moment I move my temperature, you can see my Lumetric scope changing. I move this a bit, you can see changing exposure. You can see my Lumetric color changing now as well, and then you can see the effect of the video. So because I was on this one, it was showing me Lumetric scope of the overlay, but this is what we are working on. So let me bring this down a bit so you can see my colors moving, and it's changing the colors of my video. You can see this one also moving, so I want to put it back to 0, and you can do that. You can add saturation that has to do with balancing the whole color. So you can see our color is becoming nice and better a bit. You can use the effect control to see what is happening in case you want to change some properties, because effect control holds all the properties of a video. So you can see our color, which is lumetric color, has been added as part of the properties of that specific video, and we can switch it off and switch it on, off and on, and you can see the difference. That's how you can use color to tell a story for your documentary. So the color panel is very important, but if you're in the editing panel and you still want to use the color panel, you just have to go to Windows and then you switch on the lumetric scope, and the lumetric color is here. You switch both on, and then you should be able to do your color correction. That's how the color panel work for you as an editor.